So, what is a data paper? Well, in essence, it's a very simple manuscript which details the reasons why you collected the data, the processes you followed, instructions of how to access the data, and indeed where to find the data in the codebook, or data dictionary if you like to use that term, and then how you might be able to use that data in future. And so the aim and goal of this type of submission is to provide a very, very clear, concise, but nevertheless comprehensive overview of the data, which means that basically anybody could read the work, subsequently go to that data file or data files, access it, and start using it in whichever way they'd like. And so you may think, oh, well, this is only very good if, we're interested in checking people's conclusions. Well, that's not true either. Obviously, open data is extremely useful for computational reproducibility and sort of confirming that analyses presented have been done so correctly. But actually, we're really interested in data from any type of field or discipline within psychology, and not necessarily papers or data that has been recently completed or conducted. It might be that you have a useful data set in your file drawer just waiting to be shared, but with no perhaps final manuscript where you've analysed or interpreted the data, in which case a data paper might be for you. And we've made the process really, really easy. So we have a very simple, accessible template where we tell you very explicitly the subsections of what we expect you to be able to detail. There are no word counts, but we are interested in providing detail that is comprehensive and allows people to incredibly easily access and use your data. Now, we agree that focusing so much on publications and things is not necessarily a great way to kind of reinforce our research culture, but indeed that's the currency by which all of us researchers are evaluated. So this can be a really useful process because in essence it's a second publication or perhaps a first publication for a project that didn't get anywhere, and that can be useful. But it's also a way of tracking how your data is used. So when people use it, they can cite this data paper, and then you can see the different ways in which your paper might have influenced things. And again, it's not just computational reproducibility that people might be interested in. It could be, for example, secondary data analyses. It could be verification reports, which I can tell you more about in a little bit. Or it could indeed be perhaps policy informing or indeed pedagogically informing. So there are loads of different ways in which your data can be super useful for all sorts of different stakeholders. And data papers are a really useful way of making your data accessible to others.